G'day everybody, my name is Elliot Waters and you're listening to the Dysregulated podcast. As always, thank you for tuning in. Right, so I thought I'd just do a bit of an episode to sort of, mop everything up and be like, this is the state of play, because there's a bit going on. There is a lot going on, and I've got a feeling that at the moment the podcast, dare I say it, is a little bit dysregulated. So I want to sort of just give an update on how things are going as it stands right now, and then we'll move on. So the first thing to report that is going on is I am now back with a new therapist. So after this episode, I think I'm going to do the second installment of the Therapy Reflection series. It's great to be able to actually do that again, because now I've got a psychologist, which I haven't had for many months now. And it was really good. I'll tell you all about it in that episode, but it's really, really exciting that I'm back in therapy and it's consistent. I think I connect with the therapist well. It's interesting, therapist is a female, which I haven't had a proper sort of female therapist before, so that's something different, and I chose that on purpose. So yeah, we seem to have connected, and she's thinking what I'm thinking, but coming at it from a much healthier sort of angle, and yeah, hopefully she can help steer me in the right direction. So it was pretty hectic though, let me tell you. It was full on. So that's good. Now the tapering, we know I've been tapering. The tapering has halted for now. So I've paused on the whole tapering thing. Lamotrigine's successfully gone. The Lyrica has dropped, although it's still, it's going to be the next one that's going to have to go, I think, the pregabalin, the Lyrica, but that's going to be really, really hard. So I've got a week off in 2 weeks, which in the back of my mind, I was thinking maybe a week of trying to detox from the Lyrica, but yeah, I don't know. It's scary. The rebound anxiety that I get, which is a very common symptom of tapering off, especially quickly, Lyrica, which of course, me, black and white thinking, I'm either having a heap of it or I'm having none of it. So it's a little bit, I'm a little bit nervous about it, but my memory is so poor. So I hung out with my mates, my schoolmates who I haven't seen for a very long time, and it was really good. Hello to the schoolmates that are listening. And it was really good, like really, really good. I was like, yeah, this is good. Reminiscing about the old days and, just being with people that you've shared so many memories with. It's just, I don't know, it was very wholesome. But the thing was, we're talking about things that had happened in the past and all that, and I can't remember anything. And it's scary. It is scary how bad my memory is. I always thought it was more sort of short-term working memory was the issue. But after the other night, it's like, no, it's the longer-term stuff's not very sharp either. So that's a bit of a concern. It was great to see my friends, though. That was really cool. And that's been a great sort of antidepressant in itself. It's a shame that life gets in the way and we can't do it a bit more often. But, that's just the name of the game, unfortunately. But it was really good when we did catch up, and hopefully we do it again soon. And it was after a Knights game too, where the Knights beat Parramatta. Newcastle won. It was a great game. And that also is a great antidepressant when the mighty Newcastle Knights are winning. So the Black Dog presentations for parents of teenagers that I've been doing, webinar series, you might have seen a little bit about that. So the first sort of block has been completed. So I was lucky enough to be asked to be part of the pilot and just to see if this new presentation was fit for purpose. And by looking at some of the feedback, it appears it definitely is, which is great news. And it really, I'm honoured to be a part of it and be asked to be part of the pilot program because they have faith in, my abilities, I suppose. It's very validating. But better than that was that the presentations actually went really good. They're really cool because I do it in conjunction. So I do it from the lived experience perspective, but I do it in conjunction with the clinical psychologist, which is so cool. Because, again, coming at things from different angles, I'll say something about my experiences or people I know, but, which may not be the best coping strategy that, that there could be. And then the clinical psychologist who presents with me can come at and say, well, instead of doing that, although people often go down that path, for example, this is the way that we would want to sort of proceed forward. And it's really cool, that sort of interplay between my experiences and my I don't know, conclusions I've drawn from other people's stories that I've heard, and then actually the science and the therapies itself and how, it sort of molds in. It's really cool. And I think it's been beneficial for me too. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not, these presentations are not about me. They're much more sort of focused on the material, which I don't mind. There's still opportunities though for me to, say my bit and my own personal experiences, but it's not like the old presentations I used to do, which were very much, this is me, this is what I've gone through, me. Not, because I wanted to necessarily just talk about me, but that was the nature of the presentations. But in this case, it's much more about, the research, the therapies that can be used, the really good ways moving forward. But then reflecting on my own experiences and how that sort of fits in. So it's really cool, and it looks like we're going to get a couple more dates booked in. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram. I'm telling you, it's great content at elliot.t.waters. But I'll be posting the links and some promo stuff for the next webinars. It's a webinar, so anyone can sign in online. All you got to do is follow the link, and you can see me recording and doing a presentation. See what my day job. Well, it's not my day job, but the other side of things, I suppose. So yeah, follow me on Instagram because the content is great. That's the first thing. But if you want to see me actually present these webinars, because I think they're pretty cool, if you stick around and I'll be posting links and promo material for that moving forward. The intake interview series, which, oh man, talk about excitement! I can't wait. It's getting closer. I don't know how much, I can't remember, but how much I've mentioned about the intake interview series. I'll be doing an episode introducing the series, which is so cool. I'm glad I'm finally doing it. It's going to be so awesome. So many great perspectives and insights are going to be gained. Like, I'm sure I've said this before, like my story's pretty broad. I've got a lot of labels, a lot of diagnoses. I've tried a lot of things. So the scope of my story is pretty broad, which is good because a lot of people seem to be able to relate to different parts of it, which is awesome. But at the end of the day, it's still just only my experiences. So it's still very unique to me. So to get other people on and have the honour, and that's exactly what it is. It's an honour and privilege to listen to their stories and then sort of compare and then reflect on that as well. And I think it's going to be awesome. I'm so keen. And my first guest, man, it's just perfect. I'm telling you. It's going to be so, so good. It's just a bit hard. Like, for example, my first the first interviewee isn't from Australia, so there's time zones and stuff to contend with. So that's why there's been a little bit of a delay, because yours truly, I do the whole sleeping things on weekends, because weekends is when I probably will do most of these recordings because I'm not at work, Tuesday to Saturday. So Sunday, Monday is my days off. Which is all well and good to say, righto, my morning, your night, we'll log into Zoom and then we'll record, which is a great idea in theory, and that has been the aim. But yours truly with the whole sleeping thing, I keep sleeping through, and it sucks. I hate it. I hate this whole sleeping thing. I want to actually, I don't know, do some living. But anyway, we are trying to do some living though, because another thing, the gym and running are going well. I've tried to sort of keep that low key. But going well. It's just the gym. What's really good, the gym's sort of locked in, which is great, but it's the running as well. And I'm enjoying the running. And I'm telling you, because I'm not vaping, my goodness, my performance is outstanding. Like all things considered, compared to what I was doing, say 6 months ago, when I'd be running, and as soon as I finish, boom, get on the vape, and compared to that, my performance is so much better. It's night and day. It's amazing. So, because I'll tell you, these vaping, every day I crave the vape. Alcohol, don't care about alcohol, doesn't worry me. But the vape is really, really holding on, and I haven't succumbed to it, which is great. But it's been difficult. But then I can draw on this evidence, this real world evidence, and be like, look how good I'm running compared to what I was. That's huge. That's significant. That's real, and that is a great reason to continue not to vape. So that's been good, because I think it'd be hard if I was still running real busted and there was no real improvement, nothing really changed. I reckon I may have, I don't know, maybe I would have, the temptation would have been a bit too much, but because I can draw upon this idea of, not idea, the evidence that I'm going better, that's like, yeah, screw the vape, man. I'm back, baby. I'll be running marathons in no time. Yeah. So the gym and running are going good, but, there's always more to do. And the next sort of step is now that the tapering sort of slowed down and I'm just sitting on what I've got at the moment, I am going back into therapy, which is great. They're locked in. I've got quite a few appointments locked in moving forward. The gym and the running thing, exercising sort of doing its thing, which is great. So the next real big building block fundamental I've got to look at is my diet, because I'm still overweight. I was 86 kilos. Before this sort of sudden rise in weight, I'd never been over 80 and not even close to looking like going over 80. And then the other week I was 86. Like, that's huge. Like, who is this guy? There's like two of me now. It's shocking. So I need to tighten, the gym and the running's one thing, but you got to look after your diet too. And then, of course, there's all the mental health implications. But just from firstly, from a physical health point of view, it's not good to be carrying that extra weight. And then from a self-esteem sort of personal view, it's not good to be carrying that extra weight, because I don't think it's not appealing to me when I look into the mirror. That's probably about it, really. That's probably about it. At the moment, I'm sort of in the grind, just trying to get through work. Work has been difficult because it is. So my social capacity is still next to nothing, and although my job has been, has given me a lot, not just financially, and really looked after me, all that sort of stuff, I think it is time to try and look for something different, and that's one of the key goals in therapy that we've spoken about, is to get me in a position where I'm confident enough to push my inner critic aside, push the imposter syndrome sort of thing aside, and say, no, I have a certain skill set and ability, and that is worth value, and maybe it's down this course instead of doing what I'm doing at the moment, because I think my days in retail might be coming to an end, and I think that'll be a really good, healthy move for me. Okay. That is it, I think. That is the wrap-up. That's the latest with how things are going. Thank you for listening, of course, as always. I'm so excited. The intake interview series, that's going to be starting soon, which is going to be... Seriously, you think my story's good? My story sucks compared to some of the people I'm getting on the show. It's going to be so cool. The intake interview series are coming soon. Get keen for that. And also now, my therapy reflections are back, because I'm actually in therapy, that is probably the big takeaway. Elliot is back in therapy, and, we're ticking some boxes, moving forward, pressing ahead, doing some positive, healthy things. Still things to work on, but at the same time, most things are pointing in the right direction, and it's now just getting them all together, and then boom, watch out world, Elliot is back. Okay, thank you everybody for listening. As I said, follow me on Instagram, because my content is outstanding at elliot.t.waters. And you can message me and just, sing out, say how things are going, and, I'll reply eventually. Remember the whole social capacity thing, so it might take me a little bit to reply, but I always try to reply to people that write in. So feel free to do so if you feel like that would be something you would like to do, because I'd love to hear from you as well. Okay, thanks everyone. I'll see you next time here on the Dysregulated podcast.